Hey there Capricorn, how are you all doing? Welcome to my channel Intuitive Guidance. My name is Nikita. I'm going to be doing your how they feel about you reading. So either if you're coupled up, if it's just a love interest, someone you're interested in, whoever you thought of when you clicked on this video, I'd like to say is going to be who the reading is about. And obviously whoever it sounds like it resonates with, take it as it comes. And if you'd like a personal reading more specific to your situation, then you'll find my website link in the description box below, and if you click on it, it will take you straight there. Also, I would really appreciate your likes and your comments. If you're new and it resonates, consider subscribing. Yeah, that's it. So we're looking at how they feel, how they view the relationship. It doesn't mean that it is like that, but it's just how they see it. Okay, so it's from their pretty little eyes. Okay, so we got choose wisely, you deserve love, you are lovable. So you got also they've got the 5 of Swords and the 7 of Swords. So I feel like for your partner, they are, okay, so there's one of two things. They are either feeling like you, so this could go vice versa as well, by the way. Let me just say that before I say anything else. It could be that you're feeling like this, but sometimes the energies just come out in whichever way, and you know, it might be like, well, that sounds like how I'm feeling, that's what they do to me. If it does sound like that, then obviously it is your energy, and it's, you know, it's the other way around. But it's either that there was a relationship they were in previously, that was verbally abusive, okay, and there was a lot of games played and mind games and things like that. I'm getting also it's like a very reboundy kind of feeling, okay, like a feeling of rebound. So with rebound, because I'm hearing rebound, maybe it's that they got into a relationship pretty soon. So they whoever their ex was, say it was you, but say they had another ex and then they were involved with you. It's like it was quite fresh, whatever this previous situation was. Like maybe they just split up with this other person, or it's still fresh, or it's just on their mind. But with the 7 of Swords and the 5 of Swords, I just feel like there was a lot of games, a lot of mind games, a lot of possible abuse verbally, or just harsh words or confrontation. And even though they've maybe physically moved on and are dealing with you now, there's still a lot of residue in their mind, which, you know, creates their thoughts, creates their behavior, and the things that they do, their reactions, their actions. So it might be that you might have difficulty with each other because of that fact. They're still kind of living in the past in terms of how they would have to deal with things with their ex, and it's affecting you guys. The other thing is that you or them are quite harsh and ruthless at times, which makes it very difficult to consider this relationship as a long-term thing, or consider a relationship if you're not in one. But it makes it quite difficult because we have you deserve love, so they might be feeling like, or you might be feeling like, you deserve more than this. And with choose wisely, it's like you're making the option of whether to stay or to go. So then we have mental conflict, so very conflicted about this situation. Make the effort. King of Cups and 10 of Pentacles. I get that this is a great practical relationship. For some of you, you work together, or you have finances in something. You might have some kind of business with each other or something like that. Or it's just a great practical relationship, like practically it works, but emotionally or mentally there's some blockages. With make the effort and mental conflict, I think they're kind of stuck, or you're kind of stuck, whichever one, in thinking, is this something I should invest my effort into, and my energy and things? Can this lead to a 10 of Pentacles situation? Can it lead to something that's happy? Should I just kind of go with my heart on this one, or go with my head? and they're wondering if they should make the effort, if they should make more effort and try and push through to make this work, or they should let it go, and that's the conflict. They also have material and spiritual prosperity. So they might have changes on the horizon in terms of job or wealth or something like that. And we have new love, the King of Pentacles and the Moon. So they might just be seeing you as someone that's either confused or deceptive, or they're not quite sure where they stand, or they're kind of like unsure on whether they should completely expose their feelings. For you guys, it might be a case of that this is the new love. So the new love that you guys, sorry, it's so dark. The new love that you guys are experiencing now, it might be a new thing, and that's why the ex is kind of still on your mind. And I heard rebound as well, so be careful of that. But more than that, because rebounding is obviously coming from a situation where you haven't quite got over it, so you kind of get with someone else to just fill that void and kind of like move on with them, or to make someone else jealous, that kind of thing. But it might not necessarily be that. It might just be, like I said, their mind is still there, like, so they still think that they have to use tactics and be strategical and those kind of things, where it's just like, dude, you don't need to do that with me. So yeah, I think this love is kind of new, and that's why new love's here. Relatively new. So we also have discontent and boredom. Eek, that's not a great card to get, especially if it's a new relationship. And then they have underneath, it is safe for you to love, open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all, and the Knight of Swords. So like I said in the beginning, with this I'm kind of seeing that, like I said, when I saw the 5 and the 7 of Swords, and I said that for some of you it might be like you're quite harsh with your words, you're quite, you know, ruthless and reckless with what you say, and it's all about one-upmanship and, you know, that kind of thing with them or you. Especially, so if you're dealing with an air sign, then this more applies to them, because there's a lot of air in this situation. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If you're dealing with someone like that, then they might be just very harsh. Like, they might be very confrontational, very harsh, very almost like bullyish in a way, or they just say things and they do not sugarcoat, and it's just like, well, you either agree or you don't, I don't give a shit. They're just kind of like that attitude. And that makes you feel like it isn't safe for you to love. Like, at one time you might feel like, you know, they're happy and you're happy, and, you know, you guys are doing well together, and then they might say something and it's just like, well, why did you say that, or why did you say it like that? Or they're just, I think they tend to offend whoever this is, or maybe it's the other way around and you offend them. It could be possibly that you offend them though, because you've got discontent and boredom. So it's like whoever this is kind of fed up of being offended and having to defend. Like, they're like almost questioning, is this worth it? Is this all worth it? Because they're not happy, whoever this is. They're not happy with, or you're not happy with, somebody just verbally attacking them all the time, or verbally attacking you all the time. Someone's like not kind with their words, and it's becoming quite draining, I think. Patience and planning. So I just feel like with patience and planning, it's like, do I put more work into this, or do I just let it go? Is it because I'm not putting enough work into it? We got chemistry, so there's a chemistry, there's a strong magnetic attraction here. You're both very much attracted to each other, but with unrequited love here. And then the Page of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands is speaking of trying to lay down the groundwork, trying to like put your all into this, or trying to start something off, but maybe it's just not getting off the ground, and it's quite draining already, and it feels like an uphill struggle already. With unrequited love, I just see that, you know, there's trying to be like a patience and planning here, because there is some things that are worth saving, but on the other end, it's kind of like with the unrequited love, is it worth, will it go the distance, or is it just a thing where it's just like there's not, so it says there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. The attraction's definitely there, 100%, very much attracted to you or very much attracted to them, but I just feel in terms of the relationship, it's like it might not be worth going the distance, because it shouldn't be this hard already, or it shouldn't be this, there shouldn't be this much discontentment or this much conflict or something, mental conflict. So yeah, I feel like there's just, someone's quite harsh, someone's being quite harsh, and it might just be their character or something like that, but I feel like that is causing someone to reconsider their options. So I'm just going to look at a quick outcome for this, for the both of you now. The outcome for Capricorn and the love interest. Something's just weighing someone down as well. It's not feeling fun anymore. It's not feeling light and free and, you know, lovey and lovey-dovey. It's more feeling like heavy and burdensome. I just heard nagging as well. I don't know why. Maybe someone is quite a nag. They just complain a lot or something like that. I see that as well, a lot of complaining. And that might be off-putting. Okay. The outcome for Capricorn and their partner. Capricorn and their partner. Somebody's in very deep introspection. See, I do get work. I get a lot of like Pentacles cards. I know you're Capricorn, but I get a lot of like work environment cards. So maybe you guys work together somehow. Someone's feeling like they're always having to defend themselves. And then maybe when you guys like sort it out and talk it through, it's okay again, and then, you know, maybe it feels like, okay, this relationship is something that can be strong, and then you kind of go back to this again, the Seven of Swords, where this person already has that behavior and it's like attached to them, and then the Three of Swords, and then you're back in, so you're upset and you're hurt and you're back in this mental conflict stage, wondering if you should like continue with the situation or make a final judgment on it. I just feel like it goes kind of like in that direction. Someone's just being a bit too reckless, but it's something that they'll find it difficult to change because it's a part of their personality for whatever reason. You have the Hermit, so it's something you're in deep thought about. You're thinking about it long and hard, or they're thinking about it long and hard, whether to continue trying to get some answers. With the High Priestess, it's like maybe they haven't exactly told you certain things about, or you haven't told them about how you feel, not properly. Maybe there's been like words exchanged on it, but it's not like properly telling you how. You know what I just thought? Maybe there's an attraction to someone else at the workplace for you or them. We've got the Eight of Pentacles and then we have the Empress. Maybe there's a new attraction, maybe that's why we had new love, but or they're really more than attraction. I feel like maybe they're very much, or you are very much kind of attracted to each other. It's just that maybe there's someone that's a lot more nurturing at the workplace, and they're like, oh, this is nice. And you guys might be in a commitment already with the Hierophant and the Knight of Pentacles here. So you guys might already be in a commitment. It's like trying to work out things for the long term, but there's like a thing of like not much growth. Like right now it's kind of stagnant and it's stopped. It's the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Like that's how far it's gone, and it's not really developing past that point. Maybe that's what's causing this stress and to feel stuck, because there's no forward movement. It's not flowing forward. The Seven of Pentacles is a card of like, should I stay? Should I go? Should I continue to invest, or should I just leave what I've invested and start elsewhere? So that becomes from the 8 to the 9 of Swords, where there's a lot of stress here. to a point where it's like the over-analysing this whole situation and just feeling very much stuck and unaware of what the next option could be or what the right thing to do is. So with the Ace of Cups, again, like I've said, with the Ace of Cups, because I saw this with new love, it might be that you guys are fairly new, or it's that, because now I'm seeing the Ace of Cups near the Emperor, and the Empress, sorry, and the Eight of Pentacles. It's kind of like, especially with the Hierophant next to it, it's kind of like maybe in this work organization there's someone that's a lot more nurturing for you or them, and it's kind of making them reassess things even more. It's like, well, this person would never say that to me, like, and he or she is so kind, like this person isn't like that, and that's what I'm missing. And it's kind of bringing out the fact that you guys don't have that. Yeah, this person's quite harsh, whoever it is, or you're quite harsh. Just get that there's this vibe where it's just like, yeah, look, right next to the Queen of Wands is the Knight of Swords. And for me, that's just, the Knight of Swords is like harsh with their communication, and they don't sugarcoat things, and they're confrontational, and if there's something that needs to be said, they're saying it. Like, that's the kind of vibe. And then the Queen of Wands in this deck, the Alice in Wonderland deck, for me is always kind of the queen, where she's just like bossy, impatient, can be rude, can be angry. Yeah, that kind of vibe here. Judgment and the Three of Wands. So it's like deciding on whether to make that decision to move forward, to call it a day and move forward. Temperance, because you want some balance, or they want some balance. Yeah, the Moon, they're just not, it doesn't feel right, something doesn't feel right for them, and they're kind of hanging around. But so if this is you, be careful, because they're looking at being single and having a new start, and it looks like that is starting to look more favourable to them, or to you, whichever one it is. But be careful, be careful. The Four of Pentacles and the Lovers. Again, making a choice whether to hold on and try and make it work, or to move forward. Yeah, so guys, like I said, be careful if this is you, take heed, because this person isn't feeling happy about probably the way you communicate, or the way you treat them or speak to them. The Chariot. So they're thinking about moving forward without you. I don't think they necessarily want to really, but they're quite emotional with the King of Cups. Page of Wands. So it's like choosing a new direction, thinking about choosing a new direction. His like finger is on his mouth, he's kind of like that. It's like thinking about choosing a new direction to them, for them or for you. So yeah, that's the outcome for you guys. Like, if it continues, I think they are going to consider just leaving this situation. And you might not even, or they, whichever way around this is, them or you might not even know that it's this bad. You might think to yourself, what? Like, what the? Like, I just think maybe they're possibly keeping it in. Or they've said something to you, but you didn't know it was that serious. That they were really actually offended and hurt by the way you speak to them, or something like that. But I see something strongly to do with communication, so take it if it resonates. And if it's the other way around, then you know they need to be careful, because they could lose you. And someone else might already have your interest or their interest, so be careful. Who is a bit more nurturing, which is what they need now, because is something that you're not providing, or they're not providing, so it'll be easier to even just, you know what I mean. Okay, so if you'd like a reading more personal to your situation, then you can look in the description box and click on my link to my website, and it will take you there. You can choose a reading and purchase one. Also, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Take care Capricorn. That's it.